Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Danganronpa. Today we are investigating Sakura's murder, so I guess the obvious place to start is her body, right? Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious signs of a blow to the head. Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, I would. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood, which isn't really something you get from like a head trauma. Vomiting from like a concussion, migraines, that's common, sure. But vomiting blood, actually I don't even know if vomiting's common with concussions. Migraines, yes. But like head trauma itself, I'm sure you do vomit maybe, if it's like bad. But vomiting blood is definitely not something that happens, I guess, unless it's like, no, because then that would be like throat trauma, right? Not head trauma. I was gonna say if they get like cracked in the throat with a heavy object, or even a fist if punched hard enough. Like if Sakura punched you in the throat, you probably vomit up blood, maybe, if the the pipes ever opened up. But yeah, that's not normal. I can see traces of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Nice. That is Sakura's body. Maybe her getting hit on the head someone caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Dumbass?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to the way she died. It's probably vomit over there. Let's check this handkerchief. I think that's a handkerchief. It looks like some... Oh, it's a wrapper? Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... You recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura gets super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a bit. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Okay. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back in my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Okay, never mind then. Well, no, I don't think Hina could do it. Like, I can appreciate a good twist where like a goody-goody two-shoe type person ends up being the big bad or whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's Hina though, because one, we've seen Private Time Hina, right? We've seen her crying in her bed in her underwear, which YouTube got mad about. But so like not but actually they were mad because of the butt. But at the same time, I don't think the game would show us that if she was actually like a bad guy, right? You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself, so that's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Alright, so polka dot candy wrapper. Alright. I was gonna say, if she ate that, could have been poison, right? Because vomiting blood from poison, that makes sense. But that wouldn't explain the head trauma. Huh. Alright, let's check this out. What the... Oh, it's the protein stuff. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein it's got the label that says Chem A2. I remember, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So you must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh, what is?
Hey.
You see that, you see what's scattered around that can? Shards of blue glass. That must be parts of the window I broke to get. Oh, shards of blue glass. That must be the parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But that they aren't just scattered around that can. It's also underneath it. What does that mean?
So...
I can't say for sure, but you're probably going to want to take note of that. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. So it's glass underneath that. So that would have had to land there after the window was broken. Clearly the window wasn't broken. Huh, okay. What do we got here? What's this, light? No, it's like that. We can talk to dumbass in a minute. Let's go get this blood stain. Oh, and this glass stuff down here. There's blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Oh, what is that? Huh, the locker's open, and there on the inside is a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing there? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding there in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locked door was open, don't you think? And during the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh, why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was already open. Yeah, and the locker was already open at the time.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does the handprint mean? Can we just match up hands, maybe? I mean, I don't expect them there, like, to be dust or anything like that, but the size of the hand should tell us. There are shards of glass scattered around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this must have been originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor. Huh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of your hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Also nice. It's one of these things, then. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. There's also 4 lights. And inside each bottle, there is some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get the figures inside the bottle? That's not important right now.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle opening is smaller and then the boat is placed inside? Have you seen that? Yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that, a Monokuma bottle, if you will. A Monokuma bottle has been added to the troop bullets. I feel like I finally started to make sense of things, little by little. A Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that, so I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Okay, I guess I can check out the magazines? The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. No, that probably means I need to talk to people. Around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma files, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving all to Yo? Oh, chair? I don't think we examined that chair yet. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Kyoko, what up?
However...
If Sakura had been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, yeah?
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. That's true. Like, no one here, like, not even Genocide Jill. Like, Genocide Jill is the killer, right? And I'm sure she would be very good at killing, but to go toe-to-toe with Sakura, like, even Monokuma, who is a mechanical bear with gadgets and all sorts of stuff, said that he would have a hard time dealing with Sakura. So, like, he probably would have had a trick up his sleeve, right? The killer, but at the same time, from what he said, that it doesn't seem like any of us could have really stood up against her. Hina?
What the heck?
We already know who did it! Dickhead, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Dots? Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to come meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And that's what happened. If I had stopped her by force, even this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yo, Douche McGee.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to ask you, dickhead. Make it quick. It's true that Sakura asked. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in this rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect. Yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped up the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Dickhead said he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice to accept it.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Fuck off! So. Oh man. You know, as much as I want to get him out of existence, I really hope he wasn't the one that actually killed Sakura, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I guess we're leaving? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock on it, and there's no evidence that the mounting had been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from the opening. There was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then.
Then you should probably go talk with the others now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk with the others. Sakura wanted to meet with two other people. I need to hear what they had to say. I'm assuming there's nothing else here for me to actually look at. I've talked to everyone, looked at, I think, all the blue targets. Apparently I need to press B to get out of here? Yes, I'm aware. B? Yes, leave, thank you. Those other two probably went back to their rooms. Okay, so we need to go talk to them. Sure. I would like to go up to the chem lab, actually, and look around there, but I think the game wants me to do this first. Yo, Toko, where are you? There you are. And I press the doorbell. Ding dong bing bong. After a few seconds. Hi, Toko.
Who's there?
I am. The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
I want to talk.
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
So your Toko personality. I'm not sure which one's the main personality. I'm assuming it's Toko. So so Toko herself actually does despise Jill.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Dots. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Huh?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. Dickhead already told me that she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was so scared I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go to see her, but I really believe her. But until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. I just remembered we talked to her as Jill and Hiro not too long ago, and they were acting super strange. Right when we were moving alter ego, in fact. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Okay. Hiro. Where's your room, dog? Right here? Are you all alone in this hallway? You are all alone in this hallway! I mean, you got Hina's door right here. That's not really. Hi. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds.
You know?
Hey, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Dickhead and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. Well, I'm here. Can you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pocket. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pocket. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket, because the dude's a giant idiot. Huh.
What?
Quick as a win, Hiro snatched it back again, and shoved it back into his pockets.
Hey.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash. Anyways, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you excuse me. Okay, before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there is to it. Pocket trash. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro, but what next? I'll definitely have to look around the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Probably the chem lab, if I had to take a guess. So yeah. Jill and Hiro met with Sakura. We know that because they were acting super weird when we went to move Alter Ego. And Hiro's a horrible liar, and obviously he went to see her and just tried to lie his way out of it. But there. Hello, what the fudge happened there, Tony? Excuse me? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the door's non-existent. That was weird. That was super weird. What is that?
What?
Makoto, did you have your eyes on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it, fuckface. I think that what you meant is yes, sir, I understand. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Grab one of these poison bottles up here. Just shove it down his throat. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. That is pretty close. It looks like 3 shelves has been connected together and make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that has been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Someone stepped in it. And it is C4? That does not look explosive to me, dog. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. Thanks. Here? These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? You may need to sketch out the floor plan. I mean, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Now let's go, chop chop. Stab him with the pen! I got to work against Chronos' will, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean. Me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It appears that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost counter. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. What's that footprint? That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Koto, are they
possible.
yours? No, dumbass. Okay then. Let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for me. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quickly did what dumbass said. See, your feet do appear to be too big. What? Who here has smaller feet than frickin' Makoto? No, he's like 5'3". Kyoko? Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. I know like height doesn't always mean big feet. Well, generally speaking, I think it does. Like, it does for me, it does for my brother, it does for everyone else I know that's over a certain height. But, and under a certain height too. Fortunately. But how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. With these prints are, then these prints are a really valuable clue. Right. Well, I guess we'll examine them again, maybe? Oh, god damn it. I didn't actually want to look at that stuff again. Yeah, okay. How about this? There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? And it looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. This powder must have been spilled.
So in
That's
other
right.
words-
It could only have been around the same time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder. I should probably take a good look, hard look at this powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Is this the same stuff you just told us? Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Dumbass, the powder may had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Okay. I mean, this stuff's poison, right? On this shelf is one look, and I can tell there's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the, consider this part of the shelving unit section as C. We already labeled it. Also, it says C right here. So on this shelf, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. They put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The world of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Oh, just give me the option game. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. But I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Let's see, what's on the shelf? What's in the box? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelves are labeled with the letter A and a number, except for that one right there that says C9. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh, but wait, there's more! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Did someone put that there by accident? I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Yeah? Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is in Section A there are also a bottle with a label from Section C. What is a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Sure, let's go back to the rec room. Just right there. I cannot teleport to the rec room. Fantastic. Do I gotta walk? Can I teleport now? Because I'm not like in the thing. I can't. Okay, it's because I was focused then, or zoomed in, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Annoying. Told Kyoko about Toko and Hiro, what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Little B, they are both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look at them over one more time. So this one? According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know. Thanks.
Hey.
Do you think you might need to actually examine the body? Thoughts. There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look at this. She has that poison stuff on her feet.
Correct.
Are you saying that Sakura walked through the poison? Or was there when the poison was dropped? There's no way Sakura has smaller feet than Makoto. That is actually just impossible. You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. So you're telling me those can't be her shoes? Those can't be her foot.
Hey.
Next to the wound on the head, look closely.
It's true.
I think I just mixed closely and carefully together. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead she received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? There's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either of them.
It's true.
And that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. It's called an examination, dog. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled this off. I was actually asked what I thought her ultimate ability was. I think it's kind of obvious that it's probably like ultimate detective, right? I would imagine, just how she's doing all this. I could be wrong. I think I might have already mentioned this, but I just remembered I actually haven't replied to the comment, so I was like, oh, I should probably bring that up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Kyoko is gonna be like the ultimate detective or the ultimate, I don't know, crime scene investigator maybe. Who knows? I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. So you want us to examine this again? I think Kyoko said she's found a new clue involving the Monokuma files, or bottles. Something new. Huh.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay attention carefully and you're sure to find it. Oh, two are missing. Is that it? That makes sense. She's both struck in the head twice. A correlation. Huh. Hey, Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so.
I don't mind guiding you towards a clue, but giving you my conclusions isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have a confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Dots! No answer! I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Okay, so... Actually, there's one more thing about the Monokuma bottles that bothers me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, do you? Experiment?
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious dickhead is not here, so...
So then.
Anyways, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the pieces. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work, collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Is everything ready? Well, then let's get to work. So what happened? What kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words.
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The bottles, Makoto! Pieces of glass we collected and one of the Monokuma bottles. That's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when you're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two original, two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words.
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Give or take, yeah. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else really could affect the weight.
So then.
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what do you expect to see? Well, normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then.
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible? Because there's two bottles!
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words.
The results of our experiments and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
Hey.
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Nice. And the magazine shelf? Is that the other thing you wanted me to examine? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Oh man, this magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back on that way up on accident?
Hey.
If someone catches an eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bloody letters, bold bloody letters. It said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
And appear where you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That conclusive evidence, right? We could use it to corner the killer. You can see why you'd think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Her hands were clean, weren't they? That's it? Okay. Sakura's hands were clean, so she didn't write that message, yes? Dots.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Well, go back to sleep then.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
No.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Outside?
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Sure. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen in the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay, so we're not gonna do the trial right now. One, we're gonna keep the investigation all in one episode. And two, I actually don't have time to record that tonight. At the same time, let's see what we can do with the clues. So it's clear that Sakura didn't write the dying message, right? Someone's trying to set up Toko. So instinctively, that would be like, okay, Toko didn't do that. However, Genocide Jill and Hiro were acting super suspicious before the investigation even started, and they both were acting pretty suspicious after the investigation started. So they know something. I don't want to say that they did it yet. What else is there? There's powder on Sakura's shoes, which makes me think that the powder was from the chem lab, right? The yellow powder. It's on the top of her shoes, though. So that would make me think that she was there when it spilt. I have trouble thinking, though, that she's the one that walked in it. 'Cause, like, seriously, if she has smaller feet than Makoto, maybe I read that wrong, but if she has smaller feet than Makoto, what the hell happened? She's like 6 foot. Like, she is like 6 foot, right? Yeah, she's 6'4". Okay, and Makoto, you're 5'3", yes? Yes, okay, like, I'm not sure the correlation between big feet and, like, height. From my experiences and people that I know, the smaller someone is, the smaller feet they are. I have a very good friend who is, like, 5'1". She has tiny feet. I'm 6 foot, even. I have size 13 feet. So, actually, I think my feet are double the size of hers. Now that I think about it, because we did compare it once at work. At the same time, that might not be the norm. I think it is, though. So I can't see how Makoto would have bigger feet. Who would have smaller feet than Makoto? Maybe Hina, roughly the same size. Toko, roughly the same size, a little bit bigger. Not by much, though. He would definitely have smaller feet. But, yeah. I don't think it was Hina. I mean, I don't think Hina would have it in her. even if, like, they came up with, like, a plan, like, Sakura wanted to save Hina from this hell where, like, she convinced Hina to kill her, I don't think Hina would go through it because her doing that would cause all of us to die, and I don't think Hina would want, at the very least, she wouldn't want Makoto or Kyoko probably to die, right? That's what I think. I could be wrong there. We'll find out eventually. The blows to the head, I don't know. Like, there's no blood on Sakura's hands, right? Huh. The blows to the head, they definitely didn't kill her. Obviously. It looks like she was poisoned. She was in the chem lab when the stuff spilled. And she had a protein shake from the chem lab. So she could have been there. No, she would have, if someone was taking poison out of the thing, she would have noticed, right? And there was poison in the protein section. I mean, someone could have spiked the protein, sure. But someone deliberately put poison bottle in the protein section. Sakura does have the poison yellow stuff on her feet. On top of her feet, anyways. How the hell does she have smaller feet than Makoto? I have to go back and check that, because that can't be right. Maybe they said Makoto's feet are too small. That would make sense. Unless, like, we're going on Disney rules here, where everyone has gigantic feet, no matter what size they are. But at the same time, I don't think that's true. I mean, it's not even all Disney that does that. It's mostly like Goof Troop and Mickey and stuff like that, and Kingdom Hearts. Jill was super ecstatic about something when we saw her, right? And Hiro was freaking out about something, and clearly they're hiding something. Huh. Okay, what if they found her, like, already no, the door was closed. I was gonna say, what if they found her dead, or dying, and one of them, or both of them even, hit her over the head with, like, the bottles to try and, like, kill her? To become blackened? But the door is barred from the inside. The door is barred from the inside. How? Okay. I mean, Makoto was able to move the chair, so it couldn't have been that heavy. But the window wasn't broken, right? So how can someone move a chair like that, wedged against a doorknob, and get out of the room when there's no way to get out of the room? Kyoko pretty much already stated that there's no way to do that. Oh, and there's a locker with the handprints on it, too. Someone was waiting inside it, but that's still... How would they get out of the room? Sakura was locked in there by herself. But... would we even be having a trial if that was the case? don't know. I'm not, like, a thought just ran through my mind. Like, she has the poison on her shoes. Poison was put in the protein section, kind of like, obviously. She's vomiting, so it's clear she was poisoned. But, like, if no one else could get in that room, and it was just her, and they made it pretty clear that no one could do that, unless there is a secret door. The fact she was smiling, too, when we saw her body. But she was attacked. Clearly. Unless she did it herself? But what are these? Like... Yeah, so my mind, you probably already know where my mind went, was the fact that she has poison on her shoes, she was smiling when we saw her, the door was locked from the inside with no way in or out from, unless she could break the window and move it, then she could have done it herself. But if she did it herself, this is a suicide, not a murder. We wouldn't be doing a trial, right? Right? I wouldn't imagine we'd be doing a trial for a suicide. But she also... She could have hit herself with her own bottles, but twice? And clearly, it's not... I don't know. I actually have no goddamn idea, to be quite honest. Because there's like a mixture of a lot of different things here. I don't think Hina would do it. I think Jill and Toko are the obvious choices here, given the name. But clearly, Sakura didn't write the message because there was no blood on her hands. They even said it. There's no blood, like there was no blood on her hands. Her hands were clean. Then we get this stuff that was dropped in there. Was the powder dropped before? Maybe Sakura wasn't there and she just got some on her foot as she walked through it? I don't know. Yeah, actually, I have no goddamn idea. I thought I was getting somewhere with it, and then I either talked myself out of what I was going for, or I'm just confused. Is that even here? Like, yeah. Alright, you know what? We'll just have to find out next time during the trial. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, want to hit my videos, I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. If you're watching my live stream on twitch.tv/ChronosPlays, give my channel a follow to be notified when I go live. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great day.